Alright, thanks for checking out a new episode of LexiCon Podcast. Don't forget to also check out the links in the description for information on how to vote and ways that you can help mitigate some of the ills that are affecting so many of us. And remember, if you have to go out, please wear a mask. You can quite literally save a life, maybe even more than one. And on that note, let's get the conversation started. Hello and welcome to LexiCon. It is Maddie along with
Lexi,
Dylan,
and I got nothing.
Okay.
We had a tentative plan for this episode, but it fell through. And we've been trying to hit anniversaries and talk about things that happened, 25 years ago, the day the podcast goes up, or close by, or just things that are really important to us, or new stuff that's come out, and right now, we're sitting on nothing.
yeah.
So I guess we can dig into a few old bookmarks I had for a rainy day, or an empty pod day, as it were. I don't have a whole lot. I have 3 options. I know one you definitely want to do is some facts that everybody thinks are true that aren't really true.
Yes. I like stuff like that.
It's a fairly long list, so we might want to hold off on
fact
it.
number 1, breathing doesn't kill you. Fact number 2,
Depends, what are you breathing in?
breathing might kill you.
Okay, so beyond that, let's see. I have a couple. Sorry, I realize I have an awful lot of bookmarks here. I really need to get rid of some of them.
Good to know. Bookmarks. How many bookmarks did you say you have, Gaba?
752.
Okay.
Speaking of bookmarks, I have an owl bookmark.
That's awesome.
Counted them myself.
I have 2 bookmarks put up in my room. I have some Animal Crossing facts on them. One has Mabel, I believe. Yeah, Mabel the hedgehog, and the other one has Blathers the owl.
I don't
the brown
use
owl.
bookmarks. I don't really read books.
That's sad.
I play video games.
That's
I
sad.
just tell stories in video games rather than reading stories in books.
Books are so good.
I prefer telling the story.
Okay, did I accidentally delete the 2 bookmarks I had?
I have no idea.
I had 2 in here that I thought would be, not necessarily good for this episode in particular, but just good in... Oh, here we go. Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh.
It's a top 10 list.
Top 10.
10 of the most epic quotes ranked.
It's over 9,000 number 1. I bet you 500%. Oh, I'm a percent.
That's something we can probably breeze through fairly quickly.
Probably.
One of those is number 1.
And then another one is a little bit longer, and I'm not... Maybe we'll do Dragon Ball, because we can knock it out, then we'll do the big list. And then if we
Alright.
need something else, we'll do this last list, because I'm not sure how much content we can get off of it.
Alright.
Okay, then let's do Dragon.
If anybody's curious, though, it is...
More bookmarks.
I guess it was before the Dragon Ball bookmark.
I do not know. I'm not looking at your bookmarks.
25 most underrated movies of all time.
Okay.
Which could be a good list if we've seen some of the movies, but if we haven't, there might not be much
If
to
we
it.
haven't, we know what we can do in 2021.
Okay, so let's kick things off then with the Dragon Ball Z. 10 of the most, well, it's not even the 10 most, it's just 10 of the most.
One of the
Lol.
most epic.
But they are
books
ranked. Dude, are you
Okay.
looking for the list too?
Shut up.
Why do you want to go ahead on me?
I like having visuals.
Well, try not to get ahead at least.
I won't.
Ow.
This was written by Ritwik Mitra on August 2nd, 2020, and it's from CBR.com.
Alright.
I assume they're going to go, 10 to 1. Alright, so number 10. And so, your son may be the most powerful person in the world, but he's also a scared 11-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound that epic.
Was it my fault? Did I not deliver it well?
No, I don't think so.
Goku. And so, your son may be the most powerful
I think
person in
it's
the world, but
the
he's also a
quote.
scared
I
11-year-old
think it's a
boy.
default.
I think
It's
pretty epic.
probably epic, especially in context. And like seeing the stuff for the first time and stuff like
Maybe.
that.
This was when Goku had left Gohan to try to finish off Cell in the Cell
Oh.
saga. Good
Nice.
saga. Not my
And Gohan wrecked Cell.
favorite. It took him a while though, and he needed
And did a one-hand Kamehameha.
and he needed Goku's undead help.
Did Goku actually help?
I think so.
Can he-
The spirit
can he
of
even
Goku
help
helped.
when you-
At least bolstered him up.
Yeah.
He did one-hand Kamehameha and still defeated Cell. With one hand!
All right, really quickly though, favorite saga.
Cell Saga.
I think I'm only allowed to say Cell Saga.
Frieza saga.
I
But-
remember some of the Frieza Saga.
But Vegeta, freaking messed up Gohan's arm, but then hoped Gohan defeat Cell at the end.
Nice. I like,
By shooting Cell in the back.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's about the only glory Toriyama's ever gonna give Vegeta.
But pretty much only Vegeta would be paying for, almost dying and Gohan having
And I
to
mean-
jump in front of him.
And it's kind of his fault
I
that
like
Cell
Vegeta.
got to get perfect in the first place. And
Yeah.
I blame Toriyama.
Yeah.
Alright, number 9. I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. No, that's not it. Let me ask you, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
Nice.
Prince Vegeta, my favorite Dragon Ball character.
Yes.
He's talking to one of the androids, of course, in one of the sagas we were just referencing.
Yes.
I'm not sure if he's talking.
Probably right before he fucks things up, though.
It's either the first 2 androids, which he probably wrecked, the second 2 androids with
Did he fight the first 2 androids?
I thought I did.
Didn't remember if he came. I can't remember if he came in on that fight or not.
I'm pretty sure I did because Goku was like, I'm dying and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Number 8. I don't do a Gohan voice.
Me neither.
If you've heard the last 2, you might say I don't do a Piccolo or Vegeta voice either, but I at least try.
Okay.
Dylan, you want to read it since Gohan's your favorite
Nope.
character? Really?
I'm not going to go on with that.
And I won't watch this anymore. That was Gohan.
Okay.
Out of context, that's not epic at all.
No.
Yeah.
Out of context, definitely not. What is the context?
I'm assuming it's against Cell, right?
Probably.
Yeah, look at the picture, it seems to be.
The monologue that he gets into is particularly heart-wrenching before eclipsing with his final line of dialogue as Gohan transcends his limits when he's going Super Saiyan 1.5.
Nice.
Or does he actually go 2?
He does go 2.
It's actually 2? Okay.
Yeah, and the Cell Saga he goes 2. They reach like maximum.
It is an epic moment, but I'm not sure that line itself.
The entire Cell Saga is an epic. At least the entire Cell fight is epic.
I don't do a Goku voice either. I can maybe do Masako's voice from Dragon Ball Abridged. And this is to go even further beyond. No, it wasn't even a good Masako.
Oh yeah, there's in the
And
Buu
this
Saga where he's
is to go even further beyond.
There's in the Buu Saga where he screams for like a minute straight, not even joking. It's like a minute straight of just screaming for him to transform to
The loudest, loudest, longest, and most epic screams in the history of shonen anime.
Nice.
I'm not a big fan of Super Saiyan 3 though.
Where's his eyebrows go? Where'd the eyebrows go?
The eyebrows, though.
Alright, back to the Prince of all Saiyans for number 6. You may have invaded my mind and my body, but there's one thing a Saiyan always keeps. His pride!
Another Buu Saga
Beautiful.
moment.
Yeah, which I've never seen the entire Buu saga.
Me neither. I didn't know a lot of moments.
I know it as well, but I haven't actually seen. We started watching it together and then got busy and never got back to it all.
But yeah, there's where Vegeta self-destructs, and then ends up still not killing Buu.
I know.
Well-
Even when he makes the ultimate sacrifice, looks like he's finally gonna be the man. Toriyama's like, no,
But he does help Goku kill Buu in like other worlds.
still gotta be Goku.
He does help Goku kill Buu.
Oh fuck! I even killed myself for nothing. Really?
He helps Goku kill Buu in other world.
Okay, number 5. It's another Gohan. Fight you? No. I want to kill you.
That's
Nice.
pretty neat.
Yeah.
That's a pretty epic line.
It's okay. Buu Saga again.
Yeah, Gohan comes in and Boo's
He
like,
becomes
so
Ultimate
you come
Gohan."
to fight Buu? And Gohan's like, fight you? No, I've come to kill you.
Then it becomes Ultimate Gohan, and then the music kicks in. Dun, 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 dun. And he starts running down and shaking them. Oh, that was Ultimate Warrior. That's his form. He all of a sudden gets tassels on his arms and face paint. That's Ultimate form.
Lol.
But then Gohan ends up messing up with the Ptaring or whatever and ends up being eaten by Buu, so Vegeta has to fuse with Goku. So Gohan no longer becomes the main character of the show.
Well,
Actually,
Toriyama fucked over Gohan as well.
Yeah, because Gohan's gotta become the main character, and the Toriyama was like, clearly there's no content with Gohan. When there could be plenty of content with Gohan.
nice
So
to know.
completely throughout Gohan. Apparently Toriyama only knows how to write Goku.
Y'all want to hear something? I was making a note in my phone about this episode,
Huh.
and my phone autocorrected Gohan to Hogan. Which is ironic because I was just talking about a wrestler, the Ultimate Warrior, who was a rival slash sometimes partner of Hulk Hogan.
That's fine.
At least the same letters.
Alright, number 4. I am the hope of the universe. Goku. And that's coming from the transformation to Super Saiyan in the Frieza saga. Now, I've heard multiple different versions of this speech.
Yeah, I know 4 different versions.
So
of
you
it.
could pretty much pick the key moment out of any one of those, and I'd definitely be in with it. That's my favorite moment in the series.
Yeah, there's the manga, then there's the original Japanese version, then there's like the original dub from whatever, and then there's like the most recent dub.
But any version of him just getting pissed off and being like, I'm Goku and I'm a Super Saiyan, or any version of that, I'm pretty much down with. I love that moment. Even though Vegeta's my favorite character, that's still my favorite moment.
I'm surprised that's only number 4.
You're gonna be more surprised at what number 3 is. It's over 9,000!
Also surprised
God.
that that's only number 3.
That is shocking.
Probably the most famous quote from Dragon Ball.
Definitely.
Vegeta realizes
what's
how
number
high
1 gonna
Goku's power level is
It's actually a mistranslation.
in the Saiyan saga.
It's actually supposed to be it's over 8,000.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I really like the Saiyan saga too, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
When Vegeta was really short. I'm pretty sure they grew him a little bit in every subsequent arc. He gets just a little bit taller.
The battle between Goku and Vegeta.
Unless it's just because he's always beside Nappa in that one, and Nappa's really tall.
Which Vegeta's raw power at that time was higher than Goku's, but Goku's had transformations.
Yeah.
That's where Goku's true strength comes from.
I
Transformations.
mean, Goku didn't exactly come in and wreck Vegeta. I mean,
And it's still a close battle with the times for Kaioken.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Goku still got the shit beaten out of him.
Yes.
Yeah, another Goku quote.
Well,
I guess name calling is your only attack because you're too weak to challenge me any other way. Apparently that's the line he says to Frieza in what I just called my favorite saga, but I don't specifically recall it. But then again, to be fair, like I say, I've seen multiple versions of it. So I don't know if that's from, Dragon Ball Z Kai or Dragon Ball Z, or if it's the direct translation from Japanese.
nice.
I'm not sure.
But, I mean, I do like that fight between him and Frieza, so
Yes.
I'm not mad at it, but no, I wouldn't have guessed it that high.
The number 1
I don't think
quote.
any-
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Would've.
Well, at least Vegeta gets to shine on one list. Of course I would. I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. Trunks, Bulma, I do this for you. And yes, even for you, Kakarot.
Another one when he
From
explodes.
the sacrifice. I mean, it's hard to beat that except for when you consider the fact that it doesn't even fucking work. Fuck you, Toriyama. I mean, thanks for all the cool fucking stuff, but fuck
Yeah, you do a lot of cool stuff. Dragon Quest, I haven't played too much of it, but it seems pretty
Chrono
neat.
Trigger.
Chrono Trigger is awesome.
And Dragon Ball is awesome. Just why you gotta fuck with
Dragon Ball
Vegeta
is
so
awesome.
much?
Also, Gohan. Gohan and Vegeta need more. We need an entire Gohan Vegeta series. The Gohan Vegeta body series.
Wait, can Vegeta have his mustache though?
Yeah.
I still say the mustache is the star of GT. If for no other reason, that's why GT had to exist, is to introduce Vegeta's mustache.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying for. It's pretty neat.
Alright, I mean, I have to admit, that's a pretty epic way to close out. But
Yes.
I probably would have gone with Goku's transformation,
Yeah.
personally. Over 9,000 is the most well-known, but it's not necessarily the most epic. It's not unepic, but...
Yeah.
It's over 9,000!
I'm the
That's
Prince of all
exact
Saiyans,
quote.
not you!
That's exactly. It's like it's over 9,000.
What is he, Triple H? Austin, it's over 9,000! He was talking to Steve Austin, that's why I said Austin.
Nice.
I needed some context.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's also one for Dragon Ball Super.
That's cool.
Oh, fuck Dragon Ball Super. I mean, it had good moments, but overall it was disappointing. I mean, I'm happy to have more Dragon Ball. What?
Nothing.
No, Dylan looked at me.
I didn't look at you.
I thought he was looking at me.
Now here's looking at you. Do you want to jump into the big list, or do you want to do the Dragon Ball
Big
Super
list,
list?
big list, big
I'll probably
list,
go on.
big list.
Okay. So this is from Best Life.
Best
It's-
life.
I actually have it on MSN. It's from June 12th, 2020 by the Best Life editors. And it's 50 things you always believed that aren't true.
Okay?
Dylan, I expect you to be fact-checking while we do this. This is like a presidential debate.
Yes.
Okay.
Real-time fact-checking.
No, I want
So
Google.
there doesn't seem to be any debate happening. Unless it's us versus the article.
Alright, so here we go. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
These aren't a countdown. So
I'm
it's
on
just-
Google.
It's just one through.
Alright.
Okay, number 1. Bulls get angry when they see the color red.
I think I've heard this
I know
before.
that's not.
According to
I've heard
American
that's not
Science Guide, bulls are red-green colorblind.
Yeah.
What actually triggers them is the movement of the cape.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard that multiple times before.
So that's just some bullshit. Oh, I keep hitting the mics then, I'm sorry. Goldfish only have a 3-second memory. I'm not
think
sure I've ever
heard
believed that.
this. I don't know. I have
Yeah, I've heard that they had that, but aren't they actually pretty good at remembering stuff?
It says some research even indicates goldfish could have a memory span of up to 5 months.
Yeah.
Still relatively short.
Yeah, but their lives are relatively short too.
True.
Incorrect fact number 3. We only use 10% of our brains.
I've definitely heard that that's not
Nothing
true.
but a
Yeah,
myth. Neurologist Barry Gordon told Scientific American, he says that humans, quote, use virtually every part of the brain, and most of the brain is active almost all the time.
If we only use 10% of our brains, if we're not 100%, we'd be able to create supercomputers.
I think it has
There's a
less.
movie
I think
about that.
I think honestly though the quote it's referencing is less about the amount of your brain using, but the potential for your brain.
Yeah,
Which I think is much harder to quantify,
probably.
and it's not going to show up as much. Like there may
Have
be
y'all
way
seen
more
that
potential.
movie?
In there. Lucy?
Yeah,
No,
I think I watched.
but I've heard that quote
know.
long since before that movie existed.
Yeah.
Or versions of it. All right, now I got an ad for professional microcurrent unit.
Nice.
I never believed that. So George Washington had wooden teeth.
We did believe this as a kid.
Did
I
you?
don't remember this.
It's what school teaches us.
Says his dentures were composed of ivory, gold, lead, and even other human teeth.
Yep. This is something that I learned later on.
I don't remember this at all.
Well, maybe you didn't
don't
make it
remember
that far in
myth
public school.
From school? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, 'cause you only went to it. 2nd grade?
I don't know.
I think 3rd grade was your first year homeschooled. And 3rd, 4th, that was probably about the years I was learning it.
All right, well, unless you guys have more to say about the specific subject, let's move along.
Yeah.
Number 5. Women accused of witchcraft were burned at the stake during the Salem witch trials.
I've been learning this.
Yeah,
Most
I
of
think,
them were hanged while some were jailed
yeah.
and just died awaiting trial.
And one, not a woman, but one person was crossed by stone.
Apparently during medieval witch trials
Giles
in
Cook.
Europe, it was common practice
Yeah.
to burn
Yeah.
people to death.
The witch trials, well, everybody thinks of and refers to Salem witch trials. The big ones that everybody typically references were actually the ones happening in Europe.
But I'm just saying, Giles Cook is a freaking boss. They thought that like might be he doing some magic, so and then he wouldn't say anything, so they kept on adding stones on top of him, and the only thing he said, more weight. Yeah, I think it's what I heard because he had like something, and if he was accused of like being witchcraft and stuff, they could take away his house and stuff, so his sons wouldn't have anything or something.
Okay.
Alright, so number 6. You need to drink at least 8 glasses of water every day.
I drink like one.
According to the
thing of
Mayo,
water.
well, the bottles of the water you drink would be 2 glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drink like one of those every day, so.
But according to the Mayo Clinic, the amount of water you need daily depends on several factors like your overall health, your activity levels, and where you live. No single number applies to humans across the board. Some people may be perfectly hydrated with fewer than 8 glasses, and others may need more.
Yeah. I've been learning that about a lot of health things. Is that what we're taught may or may not actually be true for ourselves?
You need 2 calories a day, that's all you need.
Speaking of water and health, you'll get cramps if you go swimming right after you eat.
We've known this as a myth for
Yes.
a long time.
Yeah, but it just isn't true. Yes, the body requires extra blood in order to digest, but not nearly enough to prevent the muscles in your arms and legs from working as they should.
Yeah.
Number 8. In the days of Christopher Columbus, everyone thought the world was flat. Allegedly around 500 BC, the Greek philosopher Pythagoras was the first person to propose the theory that the earth was flat. But not long thereafter, in the middle of the 3rd century BC, Aristotle declared with certainty the earth was in fact spherical. And though it might have taken a bit for everyone to come around to the reality that our planet is well round, Christopher Columbus wasn't one of the naysayers. When he sailed the ocean in 1492, he knew Earth was a sphere. According to historian Geoffrey Burton Russell, with extraordinarily few exceptions, no educated person in the history of Western civilization from the 3rd century BC onward believed that the Earth was flat.
Unfortunately, many people believe it still.
Do what?
I said, unfortunately, many people still believe that.
I know, that's one of Dylan's pet peeves. That and blinking lights.
Just can't take it, can you?
Number 9 on the list of things that we all believe are true but aren't. Dogs only see in black and white.
And they do have limited color, but they do see.
That's basically what the slide says as well.
Yeah.
Number 10. Adding salt to water makes it boil faster.
I never heard that.
I don't think I ever.
I also
believed
don't
that.
cook.
I don't think you ever told me that either.
I've never heard that either. I've heard like people put oil in water to keep the pasta from sticking, but I've seen that myth debunked. I put salt in my water just to flavor the food.
pasta. Yeah.
Put a lid on the pot, it'll boil faster.
Nice.
Yeah,
because it's retaining the heat.
Yeah.
It says the temperature of salt water will get hotter faster than that of pure water, but it still has a higher boiling point. And the mass is still greater when you add salt to the same volume of water.
It gets hot faster, but its boiling point is hot.
It'll help cool stuff down faster if you put salt in it.
Nice.
Put salt, like put ice and water and salt. You want to chill something really
You've got a
fast.
chemical reaction happening between the ice and the salt.
All right, here
You
we
can
go.
burn yourself by doing that on your skin. That was a challenge on YouTube for a while.
Why?
It takes 7 years for your body to digest gum.
Yeah, I mean,
We've
I'm not sure I've ever heard that
Super
exact myth, but I mean, people are like, you shouldn't swallow it, this and that.
I've definitely heard that numerous times.
I've heard that.
According to the Mayo Clinic, your body actually can't digest gum at all. It'll just move quickly through your digestive system and exit in your poop.
Yeah.
I regret saying poop just now.
I'm sorry.
Number 12. You swallow 8 spiders a year while sleeping. I don't think...
I'm glad.
I certainly would have never believed that. I always felt like that was more of a... Not
I
necessarily
feel like that's
a
only
tale,
true for
but-
Australia. There was an author one time.
Basically, spiders aren't trying to go in your mouth. It's plausible that you could swallow a spider, but you're not likely to swallow one, nor is there any evidence that you've swallowed 8 of them in a year, on
Good.
average.
But there's an author, that visited my elementary school one time. I had gotten some of his books. I don't remember what they were. But he had told us a story about how one time he woke up and there was a spider in his mouth.
Yeah, nobody's saying it can't happen, but it's not like everybody's swallowing a whole bunch of
Yeah.
spiders every year. You ever just wish you were streaming?
Sometimes.
I just got that feeling. Not that I'm not enjoying doing this, but I'd like,
You
to,
wish you were
I'd
streaming
like to be
it.
busting out some Mario right now.
You wish you were doing both.
Yeah, but I don't think we can play video games and record a podcast at the same time because we'll be too distracted by what's going on in the game and forget to talk.
You play the game, I'll read the
I know
facts.
we talk over our Let's
Or the
Play.
minutes.
I know we talk over our Let's Plays, but you still, if you have a break there, you've got something
Yeah.
to entertain people. I mean, on a stream it would be fine, but when we actually try to upload as a podcast, it would probably require a lot of editing.
Possibly.
All right, number 13. We got 50 of these to get through, so let's keep it moving.
Yes.
KIM. The Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure visible from space.
What others are?
Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm trying not to read every single paragraph
Yeah.
fully. I just want to paraphrase. It's not the only visible object, nor is it the most distinguishable. Highways, airports, bridges, dams, and components of the Kennedy Space Center you can see. And if
Nice.
you go further into space, the wall can only be recognized in radar images, not with the human eye or even a photograph.
Nice to know. That's a big wall.
You know much about the history of the Great Wall?
Yeah, we actually studied it in ancient China in public school. My last year of public school, 6th grade.
I didn't think we ever specifically studied it. We might have touched on it a little bit, but...
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily did.
Alright, number 14
Sorry.
of false facts. Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake despite the poor."
I've been reading this. Not like
But
recently,
historians-
but recently, you know?
Say the Queen of France made no such comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
The author of her biography says it's unlikely the quote came from the French Queen.
Uh-huh.
Because even though she wasn't very charitable, she also had compassion for the poor. For example, on the day of her husband's coronation, she wrote to her mother, "In seeing the people who treat us so well despite their own misfortune, we are more obliged than ever to work hard for their happiness."
Nice.
So this is more like, it's not likely that it happened. There's no guarantee that it's true, but it could still possibly be.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Just a lot less likely. And definitely
And
not as certain as people.
it's still a fun quote to reference, though.
Definitely.
Speaking of France, Napoleon Bonaparte was extremely short. And of course, gave name to the Napoleon complex that some short people tend to have. However, Bonaparte was most likely average height of just over 5 feet 5 inches tall,
Nice.
which would be small, somewhat small by today's standards.
Yeah.
But not unusually small. I think the average man is like 5'7"-ish.
Yeah. It's somewhere in the higher 5s, I know.
So at this rate,
5'10", somewhere in that range.
how
I've
tall
heard
will
different-
humans get?
I've heard different numbers, on average height, so I'm not sure what to believe, but 5'5" wouldn't be exceptionally short even by today's standards.
Yeah.
16. A penny
So
dropped from the top of the
tall.
Empire State Building could kill someone. According to Scientific American, a penny is too small and flat for it to gain enough natural momentum to make any kind of fatal impact. At most, you might feel like being... Oh, this is flicked. In the forehead, but not very hard.
You don't like that word?
No, because I hear people use it for a thump. Like the motion you use when you take your middle finger and your thumb and push it outward. That's thumping to me. You might flick
we've always
something
heard it as
off
flick.
with a thumping motion, but it's still a thump.
Thump
That's
is
'cause of your damn
a
mother.
sound.
It's also a name.
Okay.
Never heard of a character named Flick?
Wait.
What?
I said thump is a sound. I know of characters named Flick because there's a chameleon.
Thump is
named
also an
Flick.
action. See, I just thumped
Ow.
you.
And see, I just flicked you.
I'm going to slap both of y'all.
Number 17, Albert Einstein failed math class.
That would be
I'm not sure I ever heard that.
Me neither.
And if I did,
I've never heard
I didn't
that.
necessarily hold on to it like, oh, it's a definite fact.
I've never heard, but it sounds funny.
According to an article in Time, this rumor spread so widely that it was the topic of a 1935 Ripley's Believe It or Not column. Einstein himself disputed the article, claiming that he was at the top of his class in primary school. Before I was 15, I had mastered differential and integral calculus, he added. I apologize for that accent.
Wonderful. Sorry to say that there's a chameleon named Flick in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Isn't Flick like the name of the lead character in A Bug's Story? Or A Bug's Life?
I don't know.
I
I've never
haven't
seen
seen
that movie.
that
Me
movie
neither.
in so long.
Number 18, you have to wait 24 hours before submitting a missing persons report. A missing persons report.
That would be stupid.
Fortunately, this is only a fact in the fictional world of entertainment. There is no time period in which someone must wait before reporting a person missing. In fact, acting within the first 40 hours is crucial to successfully locating a missing person. Which, if
So-
you waited 24 hours, you'd still be within the first 48 hours.
Yeah, but your chances go
But I
down
digress.
as those hours pass.
What were you going to say?
So I'm saying is, as soon as you leave that door, I can play some.
I wouldn't do it that quickly. Unless you have absolutely no
police.
idea.
I'd like to report a missing person. I'm in the bathroom!
Like I said, I wouldn't recommend you do it that quickly unless I'm out of sight. Did not tell you where I'm going, and I'm not answering your calls or texts. Or if somebody
So are you sure they're
took
not
me.
just ghosting you? Okay, let's get on.
Why did anyone ghost me?
Is this Nick Fury again? Aw, motherfucker. I just want to talk to Spider-Man. Okay, number 19. Touching a toad will give you warts. This rumor probably originated from the fact that toads themselves have wart-like bumps on their skin, but they're just glands that don't secrete anything that cause warts. While some toad secretions can irritate your skin, actual warts are only caused by human viruses. I have heard that myth, and I did repeat it as a child, I will admit.
Nice. I personally.
Still gonna stop me from holding toads, though. I'm just saying.
I'm the need to hold.
Number 20. The forbidden fruit in the story of Adam and Eve is an apple. Yes, the Bible does say Adam and Eve ate a forbidden fruit, but despite many Sunday school stories of visual representations depicting the fruit as an apple, it's never stated in the text as such. According to NPR, the apple depiction was the result of some confusion with the Hebrew Bible being translated into Latin using the term malus, which translates to both evil and apple.
Well,
The evil apple.
They got a lot of use out of that word.
right.
What should we call this? Just call it fucking evil. I'm busy right now. Won't that confuse? Busy! 21. Your hair and fingernails continue to grow after you die. It is true that a person's hair and nails may appear longer after death, but according to the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences, that's only because the skin around a person's nails and hair retracts over time due to the dehydration of the body, not because the hair and nails are actually growing.
Yeah, but after so grow, you won't gain any more
Right.
energy or anything.
22. If you touch a baby bird with your bare hands, its mother will reject it. This is just another common myth according to Scientific American. In general, wild animals bond with their young and do not quickly abandon them.
In general.
To be honest, most of these are probably to stop kids from
I
touching
remember-
wild
On top of that,
animals.
apparently a bird's ability to smell is still up for debate.
Oh, I remember there was a baby bird in our yard one time. I saw it when I went to go grab a basketball that had rolled down the
Hey,
hill.
I just
It
want
was
to
so
say this next one,
Yeah.
I know is not true because the Mythbusters tested it.
cute. Nice.
Number 23, drinking alcohol raises your body temperature. While you may feel warmer when you drink alcohol, I can attest to that. That's the booze and your brain getting together and playing tricks on the rest of your body. In reality, alcohol actually lowers your core body temperature.
Nice to know.
Because I think the Mythbusters conclusion was because it opens up your blood vessels more and allows the blood to flow back out to your extremities.
Uh-huh.
So you're getting blood all over your body, so you feel warmer. But when you're really cold, your body will bring the blood in closer to your important organs and stuff. So like your hands and feet, that's why your hands and feet get cold so quickly.
Oh.
But it's keeping your core body temperature up.
Nice.
So
What does it mean when one hand gets cold but the other one isn't?
Then you have
there's a correlation to it.
Well, fuck.
Alright, number 24. Cracking your knuckles too much will cause arthritis.
I've been told this so many
I knew this.
times.
Well, I've told you it's not true.
Yeah, I know. I don't believe it, but I've
All you're doing
been
is
told
releasing
it
gas in
numerous
between
times.
your joints, and it's actually
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't increase your risk of developing the painful joint condition. Cracking nose actually comes from collapsing gas bubbles. It does say that cracking too often may weaken the strength of your grip.
Nice to know.
I've got a pretty strong grip, though. Let's test it out.
It's satisfying to do.
It is.
With your
No,
toes, especially.
Oh yes, the toes. But no, Johnny, he'll see me do it, and so then he tries to do it. He just pinches kind of, but then I'll take his finger and does it, and he just looks at me like, "The fuck did you do?" And gets
Why
so
are my
sad.
fingers cracking?
No, he gets so sad about
Did you
it.
break my bones?
I knew that this next one was not true, too, because my home state actually outdoes it as well. Georgia produces the most peaches of any state in the U.S. Of course, Georgia is known as the peach state.
Yes.
But my home state of South Carolina outproduces them in peaches, so I knew Georgia wasn't number one.
That's
Apparently,
nice.
California is actually number one, and
Of course they are.
New Jersey and Pennsylvania are second and third.
Good job.
So wait, what I'm hearing is at least 5th.
Yeah.
At least.
It doesn't say specifically where Georgia ranks. It just says it's not even in the top 3.
It's at least 5th.
I mean, I guess it could be different in different years, too, what
Yeah.
the state's yields are, but I know at least at one time my home state outproduced Georgia, and I was like, fuck them for calling themselves the peach state.
Let's-
We're the peach state now,
Carolina.
bitches.
The Palmetto state.
Yeah.
North Carolina's the fucking Tar Heel state.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Anyway,
Yes.
26. Sugar
Oh,
causes
no, they said
hyperactivity in children. What?
Says y'all have never researched it?
Yeah.
I researched it one time.
So, enlighten us.
I don't remember.
What is that?
Oh, fuck.
We're researching
Number
it
26. Sugar causes hyperactivity in children. Many parents will blame their children's rowdy behavior on an overabundance of sugar, but there's no actual evidence to support these claims.
again. That's interesting.
Huh.
Right?
27. Bats are blind. I knew that wasn't true, too.
Same.
Yeah.
Even though school taught us that too.
According to this, they can see 3 times better than humans, although I didn't
Damn.
know. I thought it was pretty much at least equal to humans. I know they use sonar to
Yeah.
help, find prey at night.
Whenever I think of sonar, I think of bats and dolphins.
Oh, look at how cute that bat is.
It is so cute.
Schools don't teach you half the right things.
No.
Alright, what's next? 28. Lightning never strikes twice.
I've heard this as like a metaphor saying kind of thing in
Yeah.
reference to other things.
I know heard as fact.
But yeah, I've never actually believed.
But could you catch lightning in a bottle?
What is it? This is weird the way that, okay, you've probably heard someone say that lightning never strikes twice. But while this old adage is still used today, it's not true, at least not scientifically. NASA debunked this myth, reporting that, quote, lightning definitely strikes more than one place.
Huh?
It's not exactly the same. To me, lightning striking twice always meant that it's not going to strike twice in the same place.
Yeah.
I think maybe there's a typo there.
Maybe. Huh. Wait, hold on.
What was saying lightning doesn't
I don't. I hate to divert us, but let me see. Lightning. I'm going to the actual NASA article.
Alright.
I've recently learned that cloud-to-ground lightning frequently strikes the ground in 2 or more places, and the chances of being so. I guess in this idea, it's the same lightning but striking in 2 spots. That's not how I ever understood
Me
the phrase to
neither.
mean, though.
I thought lightning in the same place.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought it meant
Yeah.
striking the same place twice.
But if we had like a light speed lid placer,
So I'm calling
Had a
bullshit.
little
I'm calling
thunder
bullshit
on
on
that.
that one.
Says
They're not really
lightning
debunking the
strike.
phrase. They're misinterpreting it.
use that light
Okay.
speed lid
Or
placer.
reinterpreting it.
Would there be thunder in that bottle?
What?
If we had a light speed lid placer, as soon as the thunder struck, and a little lightning rod
Thunder
in the ball.
doesn't strike.
It's true.
Lightning strike and a little thunder rod in the ball or something. If
Lightning
we-
rod?
Yeah.
He really
Lightning rod.
does.
If we use our light speed lid placer to place the lid as soon as it struck in the ball.
Would you
Would
just
we
have
have lightning in a
electricity?
ball?
No, I feel as though the lightning would explode the bottle.
I mean, I guess.
A lightning proof ball.
I guess you would have to be able to, because it'd have no way to escape. Can't go through the glass.
So you can just. Oh, I guess you can.
I mean,
Idiot.
like super
I know the
advanced
Mythbusters did
technology.
several episodes on lightning. But then again, how would you ever be able to seal it that quickly?
Exactly.
And it requires super technology.
I'm thinking this might just be theoretical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving along. Number 29. Humans only have 5 senses. Many of us were taught that humans have 5 senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. But those are only the 5 basic senses.
I have
All
a
these scientists
question.
argue that humans actually have between 14 and 20 senses. Okay, we have to divert one more time. I want to see this list.
Same.
Yeah.
Damn you for giving us hyperlinks.
What all are our senses?
Wait, especially if there's that many.
In your eyes, you have 2 different types of light sensors. In your inner ears, there. Wait. Oh, this is going to be. The easiest thing to do is catalog all that. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
The standard list doesn't really give our bodies credit for all the amazing things it can do. In order for us to have senses, there need to be a sensor. Each sensor is tuned to one specific sensation. For example, there are sensors in your eyes that can detect light. That is all they can detect. To track down all the different senses a person has, the easiest thing to do is to catalog all the different sensors. So a list of sensors. In your eyes, you have 2 different types of light sensors. Rods and cones. In your inner ears, there are sound sensors. Also in your ears are sensors that let you detect your orientation in the gravitational field. They give you your sense of balance. In your skin, there are at least 5 different types of nerve endings: heat, cold, pain, itch, and pressure sensitive. These cells give us the sense of touch, pain, heat, cold, and, well, itching.
They'll kind of feel and touch.
Yeah.
In your nose, there are chemical sensors that give you your sense of smell. On the tongue, there are chemical receptors that give us our sense of taste. In your muscles and joints, there are sensors that tell you where the different parts of your body are and about the motion and tension of the muscles. These senses let us, for example, touch our index fingers together with our eyes shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. Bop, bop, bop.
Okay, we all stop to do that really quickly.
It's true.
I feel like,
In your bladder, there are sensors that indicate when it's time to urinate. Similarly, your large intestine has sensors that indicate when it is full. There are also the senses of hunger and thirst. Depending on how you want to count, there are between 14 and 20 different senses listed.
Nice. Some of them can definitely be grouped into.
yeah, but the
basic
only
Well, that's why I
real-
said those are the basic senses.
Yeah.
And then there's like subgroupings. And
Yeah.
some of them are completely different. I mean, the feeling of need to poop
balance and- Yeah.
doesn't really fit in with any of the others.
Those
But-
feelings and
but I feel like these
being
are, like-
sense where you are.
These are like the main senses.
Yeah, that which is what they said.
Okay. Number 30. Shaving your hair makes it grow back thicker. It doesn't make it change in color, rate of growth, or thickness, says the Mayo Clinic. All it does is give the hair a blunt tip, which might feel more coarse as it grows out. But while it may appear more noticeable or thicker during this time, it isn't really.
Na na na, no thick hair for you.
And for some reason on that, this is like a slideshow that has like a paragraph underneath, and for some reason under this one, it felt need to point out that the picture was a close-up woman hand shaving her arms. No, wait, no. Let me say it a second. Close-up woman hand shaving her hair arms.
What?
English.
I think somebody forgot to make that invisible. I think they forgot a tag somewhere. Alright,
Yeah.
31. Chameleons change colors to blend in with their surroundings. Yes, chameleons do have the ability to change colors, but the falsity here lies in why they do so. According to Wired, that's where I go for all my chameleon facts, chameleons change colors to regulate their temperatures or communicate with other chameleons, not to camouflage themselves. 32. The Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th. Of course, you know that the 4th of July is a national holiday during which Americans celebrate their country's independence, but don't get that confused with the actual date on which the Declaration of Independence was signed. While Congress indeed approved the final declaration on July 4th, the document wasn't signed until August 2nd.
Yeah. I learned that when learning things about.
Just wonder off the top of their head how many people really sit there and think, July 4th, Independence Day, oh, Declaration of Independence was signed that day. I mean, if you really think about it, maybe, but I bet a lot of people don't even put those two together.
I just think of
Wow.
summertime and cookouts and fireworks and hot dogs.
Alright, number 33, bananas.
America!
Yeah.
Number 33, bananas grow on trees.
Don't they have?
Though they may look similar to
What?
trees,
Yeah.
the Rainforest Alliance says the plants bananas grow on are in fact giant herbs related to lilies and orchids.
They're close
Yeah.
enough
Wait,
to
lilies and
trees.
orchids aren't flowers? They're herbs?
Wait, what?
Or can you be both?
They're
I guess
close
both.
enough
That
to
close.
trees.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
yeah,
banana
it has to be
tree,
a flower,
gosh
'cause
dang it.
lavender is an herb, but it's also a flower.
Okay. Number 34, dogs sweat through their tongues.
Who said this?
I've never heard
Since
that.
most dogs' tongues hang when they pant, many people think that's how canines sweat. But according to the
Well, that's
American
how
Kennel
they cool
Club,
it down.
Yeah.
It's all
dogs'
down.
sweat glands focus similar to humans and are located in their paw pads. They also have apocrine sweat glands, but these are located all over their body, not solely on their tongues. The reason why dogs pant is to evaporate moisture from their tongues, nasal passages, and the lining of their lungs, which does help to cool them down.
Yeah.
I've known this since like I was 2.
Wait.
Well, I'm not telling you guys this because I feel like you all need to know this.
Well, yeah,
you guys
I
said you
know.
wanted to
I
do
know.
this list.
Just like people thought that though?
35. It's safe to eat food that's been on the floor for 5 seconds or less.
I've been told this.
Don't adhere to the 5-second rule and take your chance with food that's fallen on the floor. When researchers at Clemson University left bologna and bread on the surface contaminated with salmonella in a 2017 study, they found that a substantial amount of bacteria transferred to the food within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The bacteria doesn't wait. They're like, wait, we gotta wait 5 seconds, guys.
Right.
Guys,
36.
It hadn't been 5 seconds yet.
36. All deserts are hot. Deserts are not defined by their temperatures, but by their lack of precipitation. While most of the world's most famous deserts are indeed hot, there are some deserts that also experience brutal cold.
Isn't like the South
polar
Pole
deserts? These arid areas can be found in Iran and northern Greenland, for example.
Yeah.
Unlike the South Pole, the North Pole technically does or something.
It could be. I always thought deserts
yeah,
were like hot during the day and cool at night.
Yeah, they get.
Yeah, they
They can get like
cold at
really
night.
hot at during the day, and then they get like really cold at night.
Number 37. Fortune cookies originated in China.
Did they not?
The National Museum of American History
I
points
know.
out the creator of the
They
fortune
were made.
cookie was, and I apologize if I butcher this name, Suichi Okamura, a Japanese immigrant who ran a confectionery store in Northern California during the early 1900s. When Japanese Americans were sent to internment camps during World War II, Chinese Americans took over the fortune cookie industry, and that's why you see so many of these treats in Chinese restaurants today.
I have never thought who created them or where created them.
Well, I mean, we associate them with Chinese food.
Yeah,
I did
because
like them.
Chinese took it over when the U.S. was being shitty to Japanese people during the war.
Yeah, apparently.
Number 38. The sun is yellow. According to the Stanford Solar Center, it is a common misconception that the sun is yellow or orange or even red. In reality, the sun is essentially all colors mixed together, which appear to our eyes as white. The reason we see the sun as yellow or orange most of the time is because these colored wavelengths, which are longer, are the only ones that make it to our eyes. The other short wavelength colors, green, blue, and violet, become scattered by the atmosphere, which is what makes the sky look blue during the day.
Well, I feel like too.
Vanessa's pictures.
Well, it's still how you're seeing it. It's like a giant light bulb.
Uh-huh.
I mean, our light bulbs look white
Uh-huh.
because they're all colors together.
Uh-huh. No, I understand that the sun has
So
white.
if we get enough
But NASA
light...
shows pictures where it's like white, but then it's also got like the yellow and the red.
Okay.
Because that's what colors get to the. You can't get super close to it. And as close as you can get, that's what colors are getting to.
Okay, hear me out. If we get a bunch of light bulbs in space, can we make the sky bluer?
Number 39. Cinco de Mayo is Mexico's Independence Day.
I never thought
I don't
that
know
It
anything
has
about
nothing to do with
Cinco de
Mexican
Mayo.
independence, but rather celebrates the military win. On May 5th, 1862, the Mexican army successfully defeated France at the Battle of Puebla during the Franco-Mexican War. Though the country's victory was short-lived, people all around the globe partake in celebrations commemorating this battle each year with fireworks and fiestas.
I read this like every year on Cinco de Mayo.
I don't know like anything about Cinco de
Because
Mayo.
it gets shared around on social media.
Number 40. You should urinate on someone if they get stung by a jellyfish.
I've definitely heard
Excuse me?
this.
Yeah, I have too.
I've never heard this.
Apparently, the proper way to treat a jellyfish sting is with hot water.
Hot water. I think
I
I was
don't-
told something else.
Not only is urine not an effective treatment method, but it can even worsen the sting.
Yeah.
You've been stung! Quick, let me pee on you!
Might be tough to have hot water if you're like on the beach.
True.
You might have some warm water sitting around. Number 41. President Richard Nixon was successfully impeached. He probably would have been, but it never came to that. I knew this. I think you guys did too. I think we talked
Yeah.
about it. Official impeachment hearings against Richard Nixon began in May 1974, but he resigned on August 8th before anyone could successfully force him out of office. I think Clinton and an early president were the only two to ever be successfully
Yeah.
impeached. I apologize for forgetting who the other, but it was like Madison or somebody.
Yeah, I don't remember so, but I have read about all the different impeachment things.
Of course, I mean, impeachment doesn't just mean you were charged as a president with something. It
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily result in any particular outcome.
No.
All right, number 42. Brown eggs are more nutritious than white eggs. Brown eggs are no healthier than white eggs. The color of an eggshell is simply determined by the type of chicken laying them. And here's a fun fact. Chickens with white earlobes typically lay white eggs.
That's nice to know. I've never been told that. Only thing I've been told is that fresh farm brown eggs are better. Like, flavor-wise.
Fresh eggs are the best.
We need chickens.
I thought that guy was a sheep.
Going outside with wet hair makes you sick.
I've never heard that.
I've known this
It
to
might
not
cause
be
your hair to
true.
freeze, but it won't get you sick.
Yeah.
Colds are caused by a virus, and they don't care whether your hair is wet or dry. You cannot catch a cold or flu simply by going out with wet hair.
Can get cold though.
Some wives' tales are valid conclusions from observations people have made through the years, but this one has not been proven conclusively. But I think, like, if you go out, I mean, if your chest isn't covered properly, or you don't have, or you go out with like a wet shirt or something. I think that can lead to stuff like pneumonia. But
Yeah, I was
may be
gonna
wrong about
say.
that.
I think there are some things.
I think
can
sometimes going out, not
affect
properly
you.
bundled up, or with certain areas, because I remember hearing stories that like at one point there was there were a lot of wet T-shirt activities. Women going out with wet shirts, and it caused a spat of pneumonia or something. That
Yeah.
could have been a myth as well. But I do think there are some instances where exposing yourself to too much cold can get you sick.
Yeah.
But obviously, I knew you're not going to get a cold or the flu or something. I know those are viruses.
Yeah, that one I've known to not be true.
44. Well, y'all all know this one too. We've talked about this at length. Peanuts are a type of nut. They are more closely related to clovers and chickpeas. They're actually a type of legume.
What actually defines a nut?
Look it up.
I was going to say there's not a link to that here.
Okay.
I've got information on the Tar Heels.
Number
stuff.
45. Twinkies have no expiration date.
We've known this to be the fact, haven't we?
I've never heard that.
According to the Washington Post, the sweet snack has a shelf life of only 25 days.
Damn.
That's. I guess that means once they're opened.
Probably. Isn't it in
Although
a
maybe
show
not. Maybe
we
they wanted to
recently
keep that
watched? They
long.
mentioned this.
I do believe so.
I believe
It
in
is
Umbrella
Umbrella
Academy.
Academy.
5 brings it up.
Okay, I got the Google definition of nut. A fruit consisting of a hard or tough shell around an edible kernel.
What?
That's the Google definition of nut. And there's also an archaic verb, to gather nuts. Nut means to gather nuts. Yeah, I'm gonna go nut.
I hate this.
All right, number 46. There is one universal sign language. I certainly never believed that.
No, me
I know there's
neither.
ASL, and if there's
ASL
ASL,
is
there's got to
a
be
Meg,
some other
yeah.
kind of sign language. Yes, I knew
Yeah.
that, Lexi.
And then, yeah, I mean, even British English has their own sign language.
Does it happen to say how many different forms of sign language? It just references ASL and BSL, British
Yeah.
Sign Language. So I assume there's many more as well.
Probably.
Which makes sense, of course.
Yeah.
Everyone had the same.
I mean, we don't have the same alphabet as everybody, so you can't just sign the same.
Yeah,
If everybody had the same sign language, then
Then-
why aren't we using it?
them
over
freaking
English.
Then, yeah,
Here's one I've never heard. 47. Sugar causes headaches.
never heard that.
Me neither.
It's not the sugar itself that's causing your headache. It's a rapid drop in your blood sugar levels that wreaks havoc on your head. For some people, eating a carbohydrate-heavy meal causes excess production of the sugar-regulating hormone insulin, which in turn makes glucose levels drop and results in that throbbing headache you so often experience after consuming one too many cupcakes. Can't say I've ever blamed the headache on eating sugar.
Me neither. I've just
Me neither.
assumed that headaches are normal.
In fact, the times I've consumed
You got some
sugar to try to help a headache, so like I haven't eaten anything today, I think that might why I have a
Yeah.
headache. Number
That
48.
situation.
Putting your laptop on your lap will cause infertility.
Not something
never
I've
heard
heard. You've said something about cancer.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I think I may have heard this as well, but I heard it can lead to like lymph nodes and stuff.
I don't know. I just
I put
don't
my
do it because it
laptop on the
hurts,
table.
because it gets hot.
I put my laptop on the table. It's more comfortable that way.
Yeah.
Number 49. The odds are always 50-50 with a coin toss. A
What?
group of Stanford researchers proved this common misconception wrong in 2007 when they flipped a lot of quarters and found that a coin was more likely to land on the face that it started on. The researchers put your actual odds at closer to 51-49, so pay attention to which side of the coin faces the sky when you make your call. That's still really damn close.
Yeah, but
Close.
And still, no matter how many times you flip it, I mean, yeah, there's empirical evidence, but technically you could still just be getting, random
yeah,
odds.
theoretically,
That's really tough to prove.
yeah, that test, theoretically, they could have gone a bit more.
And I mean,
on the one side.
51 to 49. That's almost,
So it could
statistical
still be
anomaly.
50-50.
Yeah. That one's tough.
And number 50. Every living thing dies. While yes, most living things do die eventually, there is one species of jellyfish that doesn't technically perish, known as the Turritopsis dorni. This essentially immortal sea creature reverts back into a juvenile state after adulthood, so it can live out yet another life alongside its offspring.
I'm gonna
Isn't
go
this
get
what I was
DNA.
telling y'all about?
Do what?
Isn't this one of the things I told y'all about the other day? I said I couldn't remember what animal it was, but there was some sea
I do
creature
remember
that would
saying
go
something like
through.
that. I didn't
its
realize you
life.
were referencing something in real life. I thought it was.
Most octonauts creatures are real life.
Octonauts.
I'm gonna go get that thing's DNA.
Right?
Why, you want to be a baby again?
I want to be immortal.
But then
For the
Be
most
careful what you
part.
wish for.
I don't want to be immortal until
until you
basically
decide you've had enough.
dies. I'll be immortal.
But
till
remember,
I
every time you're close to dying, you have to go through life all over again, everything again. And if
So?
you're the only immortal one, you don't get to go through that being a baby in childhood and all that with us again.
Yeah, who's gonna parent you when you go back to being a
Exactly.
baby?
You have to find somebody to do that for you.
Oh, what's a guaranteed
I
reincarnation?
don't think this is a good plan.
It's
No,
guaranteed
reincarnation is different because then you're beginning a whole
Exactly.
new life. You're not just starting over with like
With the same
things
thing.
around you and like mom. Dad,
It's the most
somebody.
scientific
And
reincarnation.
reincarnation isn't always human.
Could you imagine if you're in the hospital, like, died, and then your baby again? Like, what the frick?
You wouldn't even realize it though. Would it?
But
No,
also
the
people
nurses
around
and
you.
doctors would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is there a baby here?
It's like, what
Where did they go?
Yeah. But, so with the Tar Heel stuff, real quick, it's just because it's it's something that North Carolina produces a lot, and the workers would
They produce a
end
lot
up
of tar
with it
in
and
North
whatnot,
Carolina.
apparently.
Interesting.
At least used to. And apparently the only usage of Tar Heels to refer to the state and its people come from the Civil War.
I
Yeah.
have a cat furniture.
Yeah, I tried to tell you that earlier.
All right, have we learned enough for 1 week?
I
Yeah.
believe so.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna go
At least one
nutting.
day, you know.
What?
I'm gonna
Said at least one day, you know.
go and nut.
I hate this so much.
All right, make sure to come back next week when the conversation will continue. But until then, I am going to continue to be Maddie.
Lexi.
Dylan.
Thought you were going to nut.
I am.
And this is LexiCon concluded.
Bye.